Alrighty, welcome back to another video, everybody. Let's start out with the highlight here. Let's go for the superpower here. Charizard. Oh my god, I've been wanting this for a while. Alright, change scene. I don't even care if I lose now. Alright, so we went with the Master Ball, obviously, because it's a G-Max Charizard that's shiny. So if we're gonna catch it, it's gotta be in the Master Ball for the extra props. I was just also putting the extra faith in that it was going to be solo power. So that's one shake, two shakes, third shake. Boom! We got it after like a month of doing Charizard raids over and over. But now the innate ability. Yes! It's solar power. I was so happy. Alright, well, since we started out with that little epic beginning, let's go ahead and go right into the Pokemon Go battles. So, changing up the format, we're just keeping the first 5 that are down to the wire, win or losses. So here we go, we start with Melmetal versus Dialga. The Dialga switches out right away because he knows he's going to get countered. And then here we go against Togekiss versus Kyogre. I mainly kept in the Togekiss to farm down this Kyogre as much as possible and then force a shield out of it. I didn't really expect him to take it out, but since we brought him into such a low range, I figured that we could just farm him down with Psycho Cut and then build up all the energy that we can. Because, let's face it, after this Kyogre goes down, he's going to bring in Dialga, and then I can hit him with a Focus Blast. Then here's the ringer. He does not anticipate that. Focus Blast to the face, and now it's Mewtwo versus Mewtwo. I can't really do anything against this Mewtwo, so all I can do is just keep hitting it with Psychics until I take it down. He's going to go for his Psy Strike. Look at that ribbon. That is a schmexy ribbon. And then I go ahead and bring in my Melmetal. He's going to hit it with a Psy Strike here, as predicted, and then I go ahead and counter it back with a Rock Slide. Pretty much going to be the only move that I can do here. And then let's hit him with another Rock Slide. I believe this is down to the wire right here. But yeah, there's the Rock Slide 2. He goes for his second Psy Strike, and then I should be able to survive it. Okay, now for the next battle, we have Melmetal versus Dragonite. His Dragonite waits until I build up energy towards a Rock Slide, then switches to something else that could soak it, but I knew that was coming. So I switched to Mewtwo, shield his first Meteor Mash, and I believe I farm up energy for Focus Blast, but then I go for the Psychic to try to bait a shield. So I hit the Psychic, he thinks that I don't have anything to take this thing out. And then here we go, he goes for a Meteor Mash, I shield it, hit him with the Focus Blast, thinking that he's not going to be able to predict this. Boom! Oh, he shields it. So, again, I pretty much had the missed prediction. And then that puts me in a bad spot, because now my Mewtwo's down, I bring in the Melmetal, and then my answer here to this Metagross is to hit it with a double superpower, and then swap out to Togekiss to clean up the rest of the damage. Because obviously I'm not going to keep this thing in at -2. But yep, Charm cleans up. Then I bring in Togekiss. He brings in Machamp. I should be able to charm him down before he launches a Rock Slide, but then he actually does get the Rock Slide. But I'm still able to do some sort of a cleanup. He goes for the Dragon Claw here. Now it's going to get down to the wire. My answer here was to let him go for a Dragon Claw, but then he started farming up energy. I'm thinking, what's he going to use here? What's he going to use? And it was a Draco Meteor. I kind of freaked out a little bit here, and I'm just like, oh, time to go. Let's just end this now. Rock Slide, just enough to farm up some extra energy. Then I went for the superpower before his Machamp could launch a Cross Chop. And then, boom, that was enough to actually seal it. Alright, so now we're up against Super Saiyan Dave. I bring in Melmetal, he brings in Metagross. And I'm going to go ahead and farm up energy until he uses his first charge move. It's taking a little longer than I thought, but I go ahead and shield the Meteor Mash, thinking it might be an Earthquake, and then I go for a Rock Slide to bait a shield, and he doesn't take the bait. So I'm thinking, okay, well, let's go for another Rock Slide and bait a shield again. And there we go, we got the shield. Now we can hit him with a superpower and then swap out to something else to soak his charge moves. And here we go, we pick the Mewtwo, and we get hit with Lag Spike and Mini Lag, and he goes for his Meteor Mash. I go ahead and soak it, he switches to Garchomp, which I thought, great, his Garchomp is going to be stuck in here, and then I can let this Mewtwo go down after hitting it with a Psychic and soaking up his last shield. Didn't anticipate the shield. So we bring in Togekiss. Togekiss is going to farm it down because he can't use Earthquake or his other Earth move because I'm going to be able to wall it, and his Outrage would be the hardest hitting move. But yep, I just farm him all the way down. I have energy saved up to go for a Flamethrower against his Metagross, but then he actually surprised me by bringing in Snorlax. So I, in turn, brought out Melmetal, farmed up as much energy as I could to have energy saved up for when he brings in Metagross. Yep, he goes for another Body Slam. I have energy pulled up, so now I get ready to do the double superpower because he has no shields to protect himself against this. But yeah, 2 superpowers, and then I get ready to, I believe, soak this up. Yeah, because he's going to go for his Meteor Mash here. I'm going to soak it, and then I have my Togekiss to come in, do the Flamethrower to finish up. And it held on to my shield in case he was able to get the Bullet Punch or the Meteor Mash in. Alright, now for the next match, we have Melmetal versus Melmetal. I always try to be a gentleman, let their Melmetal go first while I pull up energy. And then I anticipate a Rock Slide, but he goes for a superpower. So I in turn go for a Rock Slide to bait a shield here. And then yeah, he was able to go for another superpower. And then I in turn go for a Togekiss here. Because he brought in Giratina, I thought, oh great, so I can just farm him down with Togekiss. And we bring it down to just to the wire. I go ahead and shield to get the last charm off so I can launch my charge move, my Flamethrower onto the Melmetal if it comes in. But then I believe he surprised me here by switching to something else. Nope, it was a Melmetal, so we were able to bait him in. And then I go ahead and bring in Mewtwo because I want to go for a Focus Blast. I'm just like, oh, it's a Dialga, so I can still go for a Focus Blast and take out this Dialga in one hit. Boom, Focus Blast takes it out. And then I get ready to switch here, I believe. No, I think, yeah, because he was going to go for Rock Slide. I knew I could survive one Rock Slide. So I had him soak that Rock Slide, and I go for a Superpower, and then try to burst him down, and we just narrowly escaped. So I just go ahead and finish him off with the Psychic that I had pulled up on my Mewtwo. And then down went the Melmetal. Alright, and then finally for this next battle, Melmetal leads against Dialga. That Dialga is going to switch eventually, that I was kind of predicting. But he surprised me by staying in, so I just went ahead and went for a Rock Slide to bait a shield here. And he didn't take the bait, so I go for another Rock Slide, I believe. Yep, another Rock Slide. And he took the bait there. So then here, I thought he was going to go for like a Thunder, but instead he went for an Iron Head. I'm just like, oh, cool, wasted a shield. But we go ahead and answer back with a Superpower, and then he shields here. I'm just like, oh, better switch out. I can hit him with my Mewtwo, but he goes for an Iron Head, and I'll be able to get hard, but I'll still survive. Then he goes for a Snorlax switch in, and I'm just thinking, alright, Focus Blast, let's do this. Boom! Focus Blast onto the Snorlax, takes it out, and he brings back Dialga to finish up my Mewtwo. So I in turn go ahead and let him go for his Iron Head, but I'm going to shield it here. And then I go for the Superpower. There it is, Superpower. And then finally we have Kyogre versus Togekiss, and then I just go ahead and try to go for the farm down, but he shot me with a Blizzard, and then I went in turn go for a Rock Slide, and he narrowly survived it and was able to finish me off with a Waterfall. Alright, so yep, those were the highlights for Pokemon Go. Now we're going to jump into Pokemon Shield next, and we are going to start it off with the first battle. This is the VGC set that's going on right now. I went ahead and wanted to showcase my G-Max Charizard that I was able to get earlier. So I lead with Incineroar to go for the Intimidate, and then also Venusaur to go for a Sleep Power on whatever comes in. He go ahead and leads with the Togekiss. I thought he was going to Gigantamax his Lapras, but he surprised me by going for an Ice Shard onto the Togekiss and then a Weakness Policy. So I went for the Sleep Powder on the Lapras, thinking that I could shut him down with Sleep. And then he goes for the Max Airstream onto my Venusaur to take that one out. Yeah, it took me by surprise there. But yeah, and then next up I go for a Snarl to lower their special attack and somewhat neutralize the Weakness Policy. But I wasn't, again, anticipating the Weakness Policy. I was just trying to shut them down. But yeah, now we go for the Sunny Day to start setting up on them. He goes with the Starfall on my Sableye. thinking that the Roselli berry should save the day, but it was not. It was just enough to set up. But yeah, so now we're down 2 to 4, and we have Sun set up. So I went ahead and went for the parting shot onto the Togekiss to neutralize its special attack, and then we go with the Charizard. We had two options here: either go for the Incineroar to keep Sun up, or go for the G-Max Charizard to settle for the win. But since we already had Sun up, I already went ahead and thought, why not just debut the Gigantamax Solar Power Charizard that I caught earlier today. So I predicted that I could go for a Max Airstream here just to win the speed race, I believe. And then we go ahead and use it on the Togekiss? No. Yeah, his Lapras wakes up. Thankfully we have Sun up, and it's -1 on special attack. So I go for the G-Max Wildfire onto the Togekiss to set up the Wildfire damage. Go for the Flare Blitz onto Lapras to do some chip damage, which is just enough to activate the Healing Berry as well, so that we can survive one more Hydro Pump. But yeah, since we have the Wildfire damage rolling now, we don't need to target the Togekiss anymore. So he goes for the Air Slash to flinch my Incineroar, and also possible chip damage, which he does, because he has the Hydro Pump and the Air Slash onto the Incineroar to knock it out. Then I go for the Airstream onto Lapras to get the speed boost in case one of his other threats come in. And of course, you'll see who the threat was, and I'm glad that I did Max Airstream for. Plus, we had the G-Max Wildfire to finish off the Togekiss. Alright, and then here's the last threat, the Dracovish. Thankfully I did that, made the right move there. I went for the Max Airstream to take out the Dracovish, because I thought that if I got put to sleep by the Butterfree, and if I went for it, the Focus Sash would have kept it alive, and I would have been taken out by the Dracovish's water attack. I can't remember the name right now. But anyway, I'm asleep. His only answer to taking out my Charizard is Pollen Puff, so we just go ahead and go for one Air Slash to seal the deal eventually. But yeah, thankfully it was on the very next turn after sleep, so we get the Air Slash to seal the deal on this matchup. Yep, that's our first win for the VGC set. Alright, now we're up against Gasa on this VGC set. Yep, he leads with Whimsicott and Dragapult. I lead with Incineroar and Sableye. I was going to predict a Tailwind, so my move here was to go for a Fake Out and then knock it out with Flare Blitz. He goes for the Fly, which took me by surprise. I thought he was going to Gigantamax right away. But yeah, down goes the Whimsicott. They can't get the Tailwind set up, and then in comes Snorlax. And I'm just thinking, oh cool, this is exactly why I brought Venusaur to this match, because I want to put the Snorlax to sleep. He goes for the Fly, and then I go for the Parting Shot to lower the Snorlax's attack damage, thinking, well, I might as well just lower its attack in case it goes for Belly Drum. He goes for the High Horsepower. Venusaur is able to tank it like a champ. Then in comes Incineroar for another attack stat drop on the Snorlax. Personally, I don't know why it hasn't Belly Drummed yet, but it might not be using it for this matchup. And then here, I thought he was going to go for a Gigantamax, or a Dynamax, but instead he uses the Dragapult to surprise me. Yeah, we use a Sleep Powder to put the Dragapult to sleep because we have Chlorophyll set up for the speed boost. And then he goes for the Iron Head onto my Venusaur. But now that we have the Dragapult put to sleep, I thought that we would be safe. He goes for the Airstream, and then he wakes up on the next turn. I'm thinking, oh, okay, cool. That didn't go how I wanted. So I go for the Parting Shot onto the Snorlax to lower its attack again, because I am convinced that he wasn't going to go for the Belly Drum at this point, so we might as well completely neuter its attack. He goes for the High Horsepower onto my Dragapult, and then I in turn answer back by pushing the offense with my Dragapult, because I was thinking that if I were to attack, I can go for an ally switch on my Sableye, which is exactly how it went. Because now I knew he was going to use Max Wormwood on Dragapult, so I thought I'd sacrifice the Sableye and keep Dragapult up for one more turn. Boom, Max Phantasm lowers the the defense on Snorlax. And then in comes Venusaur. But yeah, now that we have the Dragapult, he goes for Phantom Force, and then I knew that I was going to be able to survive this Dragon. I was going to be able to survive the Phantom Force because I was still Dynamax on the next turn. He goes for the Iron Head on the Dragapult for the chip damage. And then there's this Phantom Force. I narrowly survived with a little bit of hit points, and then boom, we have the weakness policy activated. So here comes a max Wormwind. I take out the Snorlax, and because we still had the advantage here, I went for the Leaf Storm to take out the Dragapult. And I'm thinking, well, I can just either swap it out or put the next thing to sleep with Sleep Powder. And then here we have a Dracovish. So since I thought we were out of Dynamax, I can just go ahead and protect this turn, and then bring in Incineroar for the attack drop and the fake out. And then here he surprises me by going for this next move, Psychic Fangs. And I'm just thinking, well, he could have either way. I just go for the fake out, finish him off with Dragon Darts, and then that seals the deal. But yep, that's all for today's highlight battles. Thanks again for watching, and then feel free to leave a comment. What was your favorite moments in the video? Are you excited to see more footage with Gigantamax Charizard? And what else would you like to see next? Leave a like, leave a comment, leave a dislike if you hated the video, and thanks for watching. Have a great day.